Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with Beth Traverso. How you doing, Beth?
Hey, doing great, Michael. Nice to be here again. Thank you.
Yeah, the audience loves you, and we're going to talk about something that, as a sales leader, sales professional, I've known for a long time. This will be skewed given your background to the real estate industry, but I want people to realize this applies to business, this applies to investing, this applies to life. And as Greg Dickerson says, good times never last, bad times never last. So we are entering a bad time. I don't think that is a secret. But this is what happens in every bad time I have been through. The good get better, the best get huge, and everybody else goes away.
Yes.
You're a top 1% agent heading into this. I suspect you are already seeing an uptick, and you are going to be massive if you so choose by the time this is all over. So what are you seeing right now?
Yeah. So one of the things that I was talking about this with one of my mentors recently, and we've talked about it too, and you've talked about it with a lot of your experts on the channel about there are opportunities out there, right? That's one of the ongoing themes on this channel, and is that sure, things are going to get a little harder. I think it's the best we'll embrace that and learn how to find opportunity within those challenges. And one of the things that I am seeing as a professional in this business, and I'm an agent that does a lot of listings. I work with buyers too, but definitely listings are my focus. And that's where I've been channeling my marketing, et cetera, for years, building this up. What I have been seeing is this in the last few weeks, I've been seeing a definite surge in sellers reaching out to me, asking them for advice and guidance on how to sell their home in this market. It's no secret, like you said, everybody out there knows at this point that the market has changed and it's going to be more challenging, but they still want to sell their house. Their life is going on. They want to move, and they want to find a highly skilled agent that can get the job done and get them where they want to go. And those agents that are going to be embracing that head on and stepping up and not using scare tactics. Oh, this is a horrible time. You can't sell your house right now, or you're going to have to slash and burn, and that's all we can do. Is like, no. How are we going to be strategic about this? What can we do to guide them through this and get them to their family in another state or wherever it is they're going? So, and I've had more sellers come to me and more listings that I'm onboarding right now than I've had since the height of spring, which was May. Yeah. So makes me very happy, because we were just talking about another video about the market, that the inventory is drying up. And we do kind of see this we always in my market see a cycle. The last couple of years during the pandemic, that cycle got turned upside down and there was no cycle really. But now that we're getting back to the normal cyclical nature of the market, the inventory is dwindling down to life support over the holidays. And yet here my team and I are onboarding more, launching more listings than we have since spring. So, and I don't say that to brag or anything like that, because that's not what I like to do, but more just point out that those who are going to dive into this and help people provide people out there need you, agents, investors, business people. There are people out there that need you to show them how to get through this. And for those who can do an excellent job and communicate that to people where they come to you and you guide them through this and get them to the other side, then you're going to just increase. And when the market comes back and business starts growing again and more transactions are happening, your share of the pie is just going to get bigger. So, I mean, you might have your size of pie, but the pie just keeps growing. You grow with it.
Yeah. I think what you're going to see in this cycle is your investments in marketing and brand pays off.
Yeah.
And you've shared on the channel how you've been investing in that for years and made calls not to grow and to right size, and the level of service and reputation of delivering is going to pay off. Because again, when you're that homeowner and the market's tough, you don't list with your best friend's next door neighbor.
Yeah.
You list with a professional, and the professional agents, brokers, professional investors are going to do amazing in this opportunity. The downturn that's coming is going to be amazing for the folks that did the work, manage their reputation, manage their marketing, manage their mindset, right? You invest in having mentors, so you always, check yourself. So I know with, every fiber of my body, you will be stronger and bigger if you want coming out of this than you are going in. And that's because you've made the right investments years ago. Years ago, you've been doing this on purpose. So great job.
Thank you. Thanks. And it is true that it's been consistent, ongoing, never ending improve, that marketing and branding part of it and just getting better at my craft is something that never, ever, ever ends. But if somebody's starting in there now, like, well, I don't have that, 8 years of building up the farm or whatever. It's a real estate term where we like market to a certain area. What do I do? So what I would say is get out there. These days you can go on YouTube, you can go live, you can do events, you can connect with the community in any number of ways and provide guidance. People need to know who to turn to for guidance. And honestly, there's probably not a lot of people doing that in your market. You might think there's a lot of people doing it, but they aren't really, not consistently.
Yeah. What I would tell folks is there's a lot of people, again, as somebody who does a bunch of YouTube content every week, there's a lot of people that start and there's not a lot of people that continue.
Right.
So improve your craft, get better at it, practice, have consistency. And if you're starting out today, Beth built her reputation and brand over 8 years. You could do it today in half the time with technology and social media, and probably a quarter of the cost, right? A lot of your branding was kind of like stuff, like flyers and stuff. You do it on social media, pay a remote team to help you. You could go faster and cheaper. Is that fair?
And I would say it'd be good to do both. Like if you start making some money, set aside some money for marketing. So for example, it's like I go old school. Well, first of all, I hired a branding company and I paid them a lot of money about 3-4 years ago to revamp my whole brand, and it made a huge difference. And I put that branding on everything and out there to the community. But then I also send out, honestly, like the thing that gets me the best return is the most old school marketing I do, which is the branded postcard that goes out to thousands of people every month with 3 listings on there. Here's 3 homes that active, pending, sold, or whatever in your area. So they see like, oh, she's doing it and it happens every single month. I don't have to take it to the post office. It's as automated as possible because it has to be consistent. Yeah. I'm the only one that's been sending it out every month for years and years and years.
What do you spend on that roughly, just to share?
It's about $6,000 a month now, which might sound like a lot to people, but it's all about money in versus money out. Like if you put $1 in, you get $10 back.
I'll put a lot of money in.
I know how much. If you did that, if you put $1 into an ATM and it spit out $10, like how many dollars would you stick into that ATM?
A lot of money.
Yeah. So it's just about, but it has to be consistent and has to be automated and it has to be really well done. I make sure everything I put out there has the quality that I'm looking for and the right messaging, and it's gonna resonate with the client that I want to work with. So
can you do me a favor and bring some samples to our event on the 12th?
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to do that. Yeah.
I'd love to see what you're doing.
I'll bring an example of, I have a pre-listing pack. I have my listing presentation. I have some marketing mailers and things like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Some stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, sure. And I'm happy to share it with people and they can just make it their own, but, yeah, it used to be that, any person who could, fog a mirror, they would just be like, okay, list my house and throw it out there. But people aren't wanting to do that now because there's too much at stake. And I don't get as many people asking me to work for next to nothing as maybe I used to. Also, that's another thing about when you build a brand, people value that and they know that you're not going to be. And it's fine if somebody wants that. I'm not saying there's not room for that in the market. If you want that, there are options for that. And sometimes say, hey, that's not me. There's others out there that might be what you want. Go be happy with that, but I'm attracting the ones that are going to value what I do because I know the value is there. And so it's just part of building that and conveying that.
Yeah, folks, a couple of thoughts. If you are looking to buy in the Seattle area, you need to be reaching out to Beth. If you are an investor just looking to get around other good people, she's the one. But if you're a new real estate agent, certainly if you want to, be better at your craft, she's the one you got to follow. So Beth, how should people do that?
Yeah. So easiest way to reach out to me is through my website, bethtraversogroup.com. You can also find me on social media. I'm pretty active on Facebook, etc. You just type my name in and you'll find me on there. And I'm also in the One Rental at a Time Facebook group or the Real Estate Rookie group. So I'm out there. Pretty easy to find.
Video number 3, just to tease, we're going to have a what if game and see what Beth has to say.
Oh boy.
There you go. She doesn't know what this
too. Exciting.
Yes, right.
We'll
There
all
you
find
go.
out together. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
All right.